everybody. I hope you're doing well. Just want to share with you, a while back in November, I did a live stream with we were in total about 5 people, hosted by a person by the name of Keith Keller, which I will include the link to his YouTube and Twitter, that kind of thing, on my description. Can't recommend him enough. It was about an hour long. I shrunk it down to the parts of basically that are more relevant to my project. And I hope you guys enjoy it. The video clip, the trailers that they're showing, it has the links to the link, or at least it mentions the old crowdfunding campaign. And there's a new one coming up. It's under review. It's going to be launched very, very soon. And hopefully this one will have better success. And for those of you who are seeing my stuff, based on the statistics on the YouTube channel, most of the people who see my stuff are not subscribed. So if I can, if I may ask, if you guys haven't subscribed, just subscribe to the channel, view it. It doesn't hurt you. It helps me. It'll be nice. So without further ado, here's the shrunk down version of the live stream. And again, like, subscribe, support, help me grow. It'll be appreciated. Thank you very much.
Hello. We are so excited to be back for another Wisdom Wednesday. And we have, our infamous Keller with us from Australia. But what's really cool and fun tonight is we truly have an international group. One more person's coming in soon. But we have Daniel, who's in Montreal in Canada. And we have Emmy Rich, which you are in Sweden, correct?
Yeah.
Sweden. So what time is it there?
It's after 1 o'clock in the morning. So.
Well, thank you for staying up really late or getting up early, however you want to look at it, to spend time with us. And then Emmy, what's the other Emmy's last name? Keith.
Emmy Lantino is coming in from Auckland very soon. They're having a little bit of a sort of an internet outage there in Auckland, but she's originally from Portland, Oregon. So I mean, look at what's happening here. We've got Montreal, Canada, Malmo, Sweden, Atlanta, Georgia, or near Atlanta.
Near Atlanta.
Melbourne, Australia, Auckland, New Zealand, Portland, Oregon. And this show really is the essence of what's possible with this really cool site called StreamYard.
Yes.
We're really talking to the whole world. So at the moment, we send this file to a Facebook group. And hello to everyone in the group who's listening, and I'll share the comments in a minute. We're sending it to a Facebook page. We're also sending it to my Periscope account, and that sends the file directly to Twitter. So this is, in a way, the new TV. This is very dynamic, entertaining information, but also some dynamic discussions. So we're going to talk a lot about crowdfunding today with Daniel in Montreal, and there's a cool video you have to wait for. It's going to knock your socks off. We're going to talk a lot to Emmy about her Periscope campaigns and how she uses the internet to really market her music, which is great. The music is great, and her marketing now is second to none. And my friend Emmy in Auckland is going to talk about how she's using the internet to promote her YouTube videos and her new album, and how we can do this. We can do this. And it doesn't cost very much money, and it doesn't take very much time. And it actually is pretty easy to do once you get your head around it. So the essence of the idea was the same, but they were done differently. But I want to take it up a notch, because we haven't had a chance to hear from Daniel. Now, what Daniel, this is going to knock your socks off. I want you to sit right down, and I want you to listen for 30 seconds to this video, because it's just going to knock your socks off. So what Daniel does, Daniel in Montreal has a really cool crowdfunding campaign. And crowdfunding is the idea of asking for money for a big creative project. So he has done this amazing video to promote that. So let me just play that video and set the scene. Only goes 30 seconds. And then I want to talk to Daniel about how he did that, because he also uses Photoshop for images, but also this amazing program for videos. Watch this.
We each have our own story. This is mine. Expecting someone else?
Now, I took the liberty of editing that down, but I mean, that was brilliant, Daniel. Tell me how you did it, and tell me exactly how you did that, and why video is such a powerful mechanism for promoting your stuff.
Well, okay. The process that went through it. First of all, I had to find a director, somebody who has the equipment, has the knowledge, and can collaborate with me. For me, my background, I started out studying digital multimedia, which included Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere, all the Adobe suites. And so I needed somebody who can help me bring this project to life, because this is a specific project that I'm trying to crowdfund. It's a childhood passion of mine. It's a bucket list item. It's something that I always wanted to do. So obviously it's a very niche type of project. And
can you just explain the project to give some context?
Basically, it's based on a Japanese animation called Dragonball, which everybody around the world has heard of it. It's a non-profit project, mainly due to the fact because I want to release it for free and I don't own the intellectual property. So it's even if I wanted to, I couldn't, and I don't want to. Basically, this is a story of one of the big characters. I always had like a thing for the underdogs, or somebody like some of the characters that actually have some depth into them, because a lot of the main heroes in certain anything can be kind of one-dimensional, and I found, to me, that character was not. So I decided to kind of create a movie about that specific character. Now I needed to find a director that can help me and collaborate with me about bringing that vision sort of to life. Now, and I found, like as you saw at the end of the trailer, there's credits there. I found a terrific person by the name of Zach Mulla, M-U-L-L-A, and we collaborated on it. And our main tools that we used was After Effects, which basically is Photoshop in motion. So all the effects, all the filtering and everything that you can do.
It's an Adobe product.
I'm sorry?
It's an Adobe product.
Yes, yes. So I've done that in the past. I've studied in the past, but he's current on it. So we collaborated together on it. From the shooting, from the visualization, from the storyboarding, so to speak, everything, basically how we wanted to bring that vision to life. Because the thing with crowdfunding, we had to shoot something to show what we're capable of, and which, by the way, is not even a percent of what we're capable of. So it's.
But you had to tease it out, didn't you? You had to get the audience juiced up. I mean, everyone on the call's going, man, how did you do that? That's glorious. Where do I sign up?
Well, I wish I'd give you all the details. Not a problem. But yeah, I mean, we kind of had to work in reverse. If, let's say, you look at a traditional movie, or people who have money to put up front for a good portion of it, you film a few scenes, you have some footage, you cut together a trailer. We had to put in a budget to specifically shoot a trailer, to hopefully raise the money to make the movie.
Yeah,
so kind of in reverse, but we're well aware of that.
I want to just give this conversation a bit of flow before we move on. Can you tell us how to sign up for your crowdfunding campaign? Let's give you the kudos that you've taken the effort. Let's just give you the kudos of how to sign up and give you some money.
Well, actually, I have to. My crowdfunding campaign just ended. I have to launch it again because we didn't reach our target. But all the links are going to be updated at, as you saw in the trailer, the link yamchafilm.com, YAMCHA film.com. And as soon as the new crowd campaign happens, the link is obviously going to be put there.
Yeah, no worries. We'll put that in the show notes.
And can you spell that again? YA what?
YAMCHA film.com, yamchafilm.com.
Gotcha.
And Yamcha is obviously a Japanese word for some cool anime title or some.
Well, that's the character's name, actually.
Yamcha.
He's the big character of that show, so it's a film about him. It's
Yamcha film. Okay.
Yeah.
Because anime is a thing, isn't it? It's a genre. It's a
whole.
Dragonball
is arguably the biggest. Dragon Ball is arguably the biggest one out there. It has the most recognition everywhere. Like it's a Japanese animation show that came into TVs, at least in Japan, in 1984, and even now, practically 40 years later, they're still releasing it. Young kids are still discovering it.
Yeah.
So you have the older generation that still knows it, and you have the younger generation that is being introduced, and they're just as passionate. So, yeah.
Well, so it's yumchafilm.com. Let's keep an eye on that for your next campaign, because crowdfunding is difficult.
Yes.
But let's pick up on the idea of video. I know that Emmy in Auckland, that you've got several videos on YouTube. Can you explain how you did those and how they've gone?
Yeah, and wow, I'm completely blown away, Daniel, by that the trailer. I had to bring my jaw up back to my face to be able to talk it. So well done. So mine are in no way the caliber that you've just seen, but a lot of them are just there's a simple app that I use to be able.
Seeing this, I want to bring Daniel in here. Have you seen some of this play out in Canada and in Montreal in particular? Because I know you guys are having a hideous challenge with the virus there.
Yeah, we're having a challenge right now in Montreal, where I'm at. We're actually under a lockdown as well. I don't think it's as severe as you, because but we're still not allowed to visit family or anything like that. But as long as there's social distancing and a mask, we're good as far as I understand. But the fines are hefty as well. Could be, depending on the province, like $5,000 or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's up there. Yeah, in terms of live stream, or in terms of online spectacles, I guess would be the term. I can only speak for myself. For me, basically, I don't know if it's an impact because of the conditions that we are in today. I think there was kind of like a change of the guard, so to speak, for the past 15 years, where more people don't even have regular TV anymore. They just have internet, because everything that they watch is online. So for me, those platforms like Twitch, like YouTube, like any Facebook Live, anything like that, it's become slowly but surely the new norm in terms of consumerism as well. Like everything is done online, because why go to a place? We can just order it, you know. It's I think that paradigm shift has been around for at least 15 years. But yeah, now it's more dominant, and the reason I mentioned that's changing of the guard, because the rules have changed. Like before, when you wanted to be in the music industry, or if you needed to have a deal with a label, you needed to to know the right people to get in there, because you are one of maybe thousands of people that auditions. Now it's more about the fan following, like the fan, because the studios don't determine who's a fan of what. If you put the good product out there, people will like it. So you don't have to play by the old rules like before. Same goes for movies. Same goes for quote unquote like radio, because podcast is kind of like it's recorded radio basically. So all of those things, it's more in our control, so to speak, as opposed to the select few that make up the rules. So yeah,
it's definitely coming to the fore. Daniel is called in from Montreal. I want to end the video, the whole session on this, because it is such a compelling video. He's put in so much work, and I really want to give him the kudos, because his crowdfunding campaign has just finished. He's going to start it again. He's got a real strong passion for making this cool anime video about his favorite Japanese character. So tell us a little bit about that again, Daniel, and then I'm going to end the session on that, with a grand finale, if you like, just to show
which part? Just the process going through it?
The campaign, and tell me about how people can find you.
Well, if you go to yumchafilm.com, all my socials are there. We're trying multiple avenues. First of all, we tried the crowdfunding, and but then we also implement another strategy to work another way around. So basically, by maybe building my audience through my YouTube channel, which that link is also on my website. So if you want to see the YouTube channel with all the videos that I've done, if I build a following, and then, sorry, I'm a bit rambling, but at the end of the day, the movie, once it's completed, once it's achieved, is going to be released for free on YouTube and Patreon.
Yeah.
So, and if let's say people signed up to the Patreon, whatever money they're willing to put in there, it's all going to the budget. I've created multiple avenues to try and feed, for lack of a better term, the same beast. So this way we can get the project done faster, to get everything done properly. One of the things on the one of the reasons I want to put a separate YouTube channel just for that project is to show also the journey, because it's not just, okay, you can pick up from one day to the next and be a filmmaker. I mean, I don't consider myself a filmmaker by any stretch of the imagination, but okay, what does it take to be in there to get this thing done? Where's all the trials and tribulations, and how does it like, it can be basically either how to do or not to do certain things. So hopefully we'll create a little bit of a following, because nowadays with YouTube or any kind of public platform, you earn money or through loyalty. Like you have people that are like-minded, that follow you on throughout your journey, and they will encourage you and push you to just improve yourself. So hopefully that part of a strategy will help me fund that movie as well, because again, it's going to be released for free. There's no
it's a passion project, isn't it? It's a real passion project.
Exactly, and hopefully it's kind of like it's going to be like a gateway drug, which will allow me to maybe do other passion projects that are maybe it's not the right term, but just to get
very interesting image.
It's kind of,
it's what we call in the marketing world a funnel.
Yes, yeah. So it's basically that. Maybe there's a few other passion projects along the way, but obviously one step at a time. But yes.
You just said a key phrase here, and I want to preface this with the video coming up. You said, I don't consider myself a filmmaker. And with that in mind, I want to play this video and challenge you that you are, because this is one of the best things I've ever seen in my whole life. It's just so creative. And I really give you full kudos for having the passion to put your heart on your sleeve, create a crowdfunding campaign. So let's everyone in the world get behind this.
Well, I don't deserve the credit alone. My director and I, we both worked really hard on it.
It's a group effort.
So yeah,
but this is a project called Wisdom Wednesdays. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is various times around the world, depending on where you live. It's in our Facebook group and and also our Periscope account. I'll be adding YouTube soon. So I want to thank Emmy with an E. I want to thank Emmy with a Y. I want to thank Joyce so much for coming on the show. But I want to leave the show with this wonderful video that Daniel has done, and let's all get behind this fantastic new project that Daniel is doing about this wonderful anime film that he wants to make. So we'll see you next week, and we'll leave you with this wonderful, wonderful creative moment.
We each have our own story. This is mine. Expecting someone else?